Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa and I sit here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday and I talk about true crime. Friday I dedicate my channel to talking about missing kids. I also do different topics. So if you like if you like any of that, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications so you can be notified every time I upload. Let me just start my videos like I always do with my inspiration of the day. You know, I've never seen anything quite like you. And to be honest, I've never loved anybody the way that I love you. Something about you pulls me and makes me want you so bad. That is my inspiration of the day. So today we're going to talk about this the oldest unsolved case, and we're going to talk about Charles and his passing, which is like a lot of people don't understand how it happened. But let's go ahead and see, and let me know in the comments below what y'all think. 39-year-old Charles Morgan appeared as though he lived a very unassuming life. He worked as the head escort agent at a statewide escort in Tucson, Arizona, where he lived with his wife Ruth and their 4 daughters. However, what most people who knew Morgan didn't know was that he was supposedly working as an agent for the federal government, offering assistance in combating organized crime. On 22 March 1977, Morgan disappeared without a trace. His family heard nothing from him until a couple of days later when he burst through the front door of their Texas home. He looked disheveled and had handcuffs hanging from each wrist, as well as one set hanging from the ankle. As he suddenly rummaged through the house, he grabbed a pen and piece of paper and details a bizarre story. He wrote down that he was unable to speak because he had been kidnapped, tortured, and then had hallucinogenic drug poured down his throat, redeeming him unable to speak. He eventually told Ruth that he had managed to escape from his captors, who he referred to as them, near Phoenix Sky's Harbor Airport. Ruth urged Morgan to go to the police, but he refused, saying that he would sign the death warrant for the entire family. When she pressed her husband for who was threatening him, he told her that the less I knew, the less likelihood there would be anyone hurting me or my children. Following this event, Morgan was steadily on edge. He grew a beard and refused to let his daughters go outside alone. He arranged for them to be driven to and pick up from school each day. He told his family that if anything happens to him, he would leave behind a letter explaining everything. Morgan confessed to Ruth that he was doing work for the Treasury Department. It should be noted that at the time, Arizona was only state that allowed blind trust ownership of real estate. This law meant that the individual could buy property without being traced. As an escort agent such as Morgan was the only person who knew and owned identity in situations such as this. At this time of this disappearance, Morgan was doing escort work for 2 alleged organized crime groups, the New Warren family and the Joe Bueno family. Around 2 months later, Morgan disappeared once again. However, this time he wouldn't be returning home, despite the fact that local police told Ruth that her husband was still alive. The morning of his disappearance, Ruth took the children to school while Morgan went to work. He had been planning on attending a Moscone meeting that evening in the late afternoon. He called his officer from a downtown payphone and said he would be arriving at the office in a half an hour. Morgan never shows up, and those who knew him the best will never see him again. On the 18th of June 1977, Morgan's body was discovered alongside his car on a dirty road in cells around 40 miles west of his home. There was a bullet wound to the back of his head. The bullet traveled all the way through and settled in between his teeth. Morgan was clad in a bulletproof vest and armed with a knife and holster. He had been shot with his own .357 caliber Magnum, which was found nearly completely devoid of any fingerprints inside his car. Pena County Sheriff's investigators found a heck of ammunition as well as several other weapons and several several sets of handcuffs. Even more bizarre, of his own teeth was discovered wrapped up in tissue in his car, as well as a pair of sunglasses that did not belong to him. Investigators found that this car had been modified so that he could be unlocked from the fender. Pinned to his underwear, investigators found a map and direction of how to get to the murder site, as well as a 2 million. The 2 million had 7 Spanish names written of the. Guys, I'm sorry. It's just my eyes. I don't know why, but my eyes are just been like. Just been bothering me. As well as Bible citation. Ecclesiastes 12:1 through 8. Before Morgan's body was discovered, Ruth received an odd phone call from a woman who referred to herself as Green Eyes. She said to Ruth, "Chuck it all alright, and everything be alright," before referring her to the same Bible passage as that was scrawled on the 2 million bill found with Morgan. The mystery woman made herself known to the public and police and told them that she had known Morgan and that she seen him after he disappeared before his death. According to the woman, Morgan showed her briefcase stocked with money that he said was using to buy off a hitman who had been hired to kill him. Morgan had told her that there was it was a 9,000 contract on his life that was escalating at a rate of 5,000 a day. Police were able to corroborate that the woman and Morgan had met with the CCTV footage. They found out that at some time between his disappearance and his death, Morgan had registered at a Southside hotel where he met this woman several times. When Ruth was asked if she believed her husband had been having an extremely affair, she denied it, stating, "A woman knows when her man has starred, and Chuck hasn't starred in 19 years." Following Morgan's death, his attorney Ronald J. M. Mann confirmed that Morgan had testified in secret state investigation concerning Tucson International de Arizona, and a former director, David Kelly. Attorney Jean Bruce Babb confirmed that they had been conducting an investigation for the banking department, and confirming Morgan had been called to testify about international dealings at Banco that he knew of but wasn't involved in. Shortly after Morgan's body was found, his impounded car was broken into while police. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you guys, my eyes. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them. It's just every day they've just been acting up. No, guys, I'm not hurting my eyes. His office was ransacked as well, and several weeks later, 2 men claiming to be members of the FBI showed up in the family home and searched it. Despite the particulars surrounding his death, Morgan's death was ruled a suicide, and the case was closed on the 10th of August of 1977. We have found no evidence that anyone took part in his death but himself. State Pima County Sheriff Department officially Ruth Morgan sternly refused his theory and conducted he was murdered. "I don't know if this will ever be solved," she said. "I like to know why. I don't think we'll ever find out who killed him." Over 4 decades has passed, and this demise of Charles Morgan is still as mystery as ever. Understandably, the most popular theory is that he was working on a secret agent, which would make him a target for any adversary characters. Another theory is that his screw business was a plot for money laundering, which went south. What is clear to the most, at least, is that Morgan's fearing for his life and glad in the bulletproof vest probably shoot himself in the back of the head in a lonely desert road. So that is the case of Charles Morgan. Guys, I told you this story was like... I told you this story was crazy. To be honest with you, I know he did not commit suicide. Somebody did it. The only reason I'm saying somebody did it is because who you can shoot yourself in the back of the head. You can't. So I'm thinking it had to be something that somebody that works with the government or something. And it just sucks that his family just still doesn't have answer. It's crazy. And will we ever get answer? Maybe not. But we should his family should keep hope, and hopefully we get answers too, because I want to know. I really want to know who did it. I mean, for him to wear a vest, he wasn't lying. He must have felt in danger. But yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow with my missing kids, with the new missing case. So don't forget to hit the bell so y'all can be notified when I post. Bye.